Good morning, how are we all doing? Welcome back to my channel and to a daily vlog that I feel like it's just going to be a cup filling vlog. I'm going to describe that as my cup is being filled, and I speak about this all the time because I feel like it's really important to fill your cup when things are a bit busy or hectic or life just feels a bit heavy. I love finding time to have cup filling days where you just do things that make you feel happy, whether that's going for a walk, calling a friend who you've not spoken to in a while, cooking some delicious food that makes you feel good, reading a book, watching a film, having a lay-in, just doing something that you struggle to find time for on your usual day-to-day, week-to-week. So that's going to be today. Today's going to be a cup filling day. Yum, yum, yum. It's such a drizzly day in London today when I'm filming this. It is early October and the rain is pouring, the leaves are turning brown, everything is feeling a bit autumnal, and I'm kind of not mad at it. I mean, I do miss summer, I miss being able to eat breakfast outside, but I'm leaning into it. So I've made a huge bowl of hot porridge oats this morning. I've topped it with lots of seeds, some maple syrup, and a little spoonful of, it's called Rhythm 108 Blonde Spread, but it's basically like a lovely creamy biscuity spread. Very, very nice. Honestly, if you can try it, get it. It's delicious. I think they stock it in Waitrose. So in today's vlog, I am going to be making some pizza, which is really exciting. Josh is coming round. He's actually took today off because he had some holiday to use. So he's going to come round and we're going to make pizza this afternoon. And then late afternoon, evening, we're going to go meet up with Zara and Maggie. Zara's coming into London with Mags. So we're going to have a really nice day. Even though it's raining, we're going to enjoy our day regardless. So yeah, that's going to be today's vlog. I also have some house updates to share with you guys, including the hallway project that's going to be starting very soon, and also potentially a project in the living room that I'm still on the fence about, but I want your opinion. I need to ask whether or not you think it's a good idea. I don't know why I've chosen the world's smallest spoon to eat my porridge. This is going to take me forever, which is good because it's very hot. Okay, so porridge was delicious. I'm going to make myself a coffee in my new favourite mug. This is the one that I picked up from Home Bargains. You'll have seen that in a previous vlog. I don't know why, it's just slowly become my favourite mug, and now every coffee I have in it just tastes delicious. So there we are. I've been on a bit of a bread journey. So I went to a sourdough masterclass last week and subsequently made a sourdough starter. Let me get it out of the fridge. So here we are. This is my sourdough starter. It's from Borough Market, and I made it at Bread Ahead, and I've named her Sandra. So she is Sandra the sourdough starter. We love alliteration, as you can tell. Yeah, she's been in the fridge. I've been feeding, essentially the starter, so you feed it equal parts water and flour, and yeah, she's been in the fridge chilling. And then when you go to use your sourdough starter, you have to rehydrate it with water and flour, and then you can make bread with it. So I've got two breads on the go here, so I need to do a bit of bread making this morning. And also here I have the pizza dough that is chilling, thawing out, ready to make pizza. And I'm very, very excited. I can't actually believe I'm saying this. I'm partnering with Ooni on this video. Now, if you've watched my vlogs for a while, we're talking many, many years now, you'll know that I love my Ooni pizza oven. I have the Ooni outdoor pizza oven and it's brilliant. I think I've had it for about 5 years now. I know that I had it in the old flat we lived in, and I've taken it everywhere. I've took it to Malvern, to my aunt and uncles. I've took it to Zara's friend Chloe and Tom's in Wales. Like, honestly, we love it. It's such a fun piece of kit to use, and I love making pizza. I think it's great to get everyone involved and really just have fun putting toppings on the pizza and cooking it. It's just great. It's such a fantastic bit of kit. So I've been a fan of Ooni for years, and they got in touch and asked if I wanted to try out the new Ooni Vault 2. Now, as I said at the start of the video, it is raining cats and dogs outside in London, so cooking pizzas outdoors really isn't on the cards today. But because Ooni have launched their new indoor pizza oven, you can still cook that authentic pizza and have that delicious crust, the authentic crispy base at 450 degree temperatures indoors. How brilliant is that? So you can cook pizzas in as little as 90 seconds, which is absolutely incredible. The Ooni Vault 2 is smaller than the first generation of the Ooni Vault, so it's much more kitchen friendly. It's got a whole new design, and it also has pizza intelligence, which sounds very fancy, but it basically means there's 4 optimized pizza settings that you can choose to get the best cook for your pizza, so it knows what you need for a specific type of pizza, which is just mind-blowing. So I'm so excited to use it in this video. So you're going to see us cooking pizzas in this kitchen. So I'm going to clear this workspace and get a proper pizza station going on. We're going to have the toppings, the cheese. Oh, it's going to be so good. I mean, Josh has chose a very good day to come around, hasn't he? So I've actually thawed out some of the Ooni pizza dough, so you can actually order this online to be delivered. And I've got the balls of dough in the freezer, and I took these out last night, popped them on this baking tray just to let them defrost. I'm going to form them, leave them to prove, and then we're going to get cooking pizzas at lunchtime, which is so exciting. So I'm going to come on to actually using the pizza oven a bit later in the video, but I just wanted to start by saying thank you so much, Ooni, for sponsoring this video. It's going to be such a fun afternoon cooking pizza. I actually can't wait. Okay, so the pizza dough is done. Now we're going to move on to the sourdough. So like I say, I've had this resting overnight. Sourdough is really good for your gut, and I've been trying to get like gut-friendly foods back into my diets, like seeds, kefir, yogurt. Anyway, this is the sourdough, so I need to scrape it out and do some folds, which creates the tension in the dough and allows the air bubbles to, gosh, this is quite stiff. Ooh, this is the first time I've ever made sourdough from scratch, by the way, so please don't follow this as like a actual rule, but this is just what I'm going off of. So there we go. So stretch the dough from one side to the other, and then the same on this side to the other, and then this side to the top, and then this side also to the top, and then roll and fold. Oh, a scraper. And then do that again one more time. So from the top to the middle, from the side to the middle, from this side to the middle, and the bottom to the middle, and then we roll over like so, and then this goes back into the bowl to rest for half an hour at room temperature. He says, okay, there we go, lid on. I'm really hopeful that this works, but if it doesn't, then we'll find out in this video. Okay, so while the dough is all proven in the kitchen, I thought I would come to the hallway and talk about the project that we're going to be starting in here. Now I know I haven't, oh, that's a creaky floor. Now I know I haven't shared the bathroom renovation fully completed yet. However, we are so close to that being done. So I thought I would save that for a completely separate video. But whilst that is just finishing off, we are going to be tackling the hallway because I really want this done for this side of Christmas. I feel like it will just make the house feel complete, and it's the last room in the house. And I'm going to be honest, it's one that I've actually underestimated, like how big of a, well, not big of a job, but quite difficult it's going to be because it's a big space. And I've been racking my brains about paint colours for a while, but obviously now that we've decided on paint colours, the last thing to consider is stair carpet. Now, because the stair carpet in our home is, well, it's the one that was in the house when we first bought it, and I can't believe I'm actually sharing this, but I did share it when we first moved into the house. We did actually have mice and rats in this house. I don't know why I'm laughing, it's not funny. So when the builders came to rip up all of the carpets in the bedrooms upstairs to put hardwood flooring down, they let us know. We've not had mice and rats since we've moved in. We covered all of the holes, filled them all up, so that's good. But it does make me wonder what this carpet has seen. And we did clean it. We got a carpet cleaner when we first moved in, but it's just not the vibe. There's nothing wrong with it. It's a fine carpet, but obviously upstairs where we've been renovating, it's kind of got a bit stringy and loose and a bit worn. So we are going to be taking up this carpet, and I have the samples here. So I've gone for a company called Alternative Carpets. Well, they're called Alternative Flooring, but they do carpets, rugs and runners. And I ordered a lot of carpet samples and some different weaves. I'm going to go for a sisal. So this is the kind of material that we're going for. But I ordered 3 different shades of this sisal. So I don't know if they're coming up on camera quite well. I hope they are. But I went for them in different tones, but all in the herringbone style. And I think what I'm going to go for is this one. I think this is Hockley, yeah. So this is the Hockley sisal, and it's in a lovely light like shade. So that's going to go up the stairs. I'm going to take you off the tripod and show you how it's going to look. So they look quite similar on camera, to be fair, but they are slightly different. So this is more of a warmer tone. This is a slightly mid-tone and this is a cooler tone. Now, initially I thought, let's go for the mid-tone because it's kind of like the best of both. You can kind of get a better idea there. However, when I compared that against the wall colour, I felt like it was too similar. And there was just something about it that wasn't really gelling with me. So I actually picked up the lighter tone. And I think the contrast is much nicer. So that's going to be laid in that way. So the lines are going to go up the stairs in a runner. And then I had all of these additional samples ordered. So these are what you can have as borders and whipping on your carpet. And there are so many to choose from. And some of them are very jazzy. I do actually really quite like that one. But I think with the herringbone sisal, it's just going to be a bit too much. This one's also very nice. It's lovely, like kind of like checkerboard design. But I actually ended up going for this one. So this is called Cotton Umber, and it's going to be essentially whipped around as a border on the rug, well, the runner, sorry. So it's going to be around that thick, maybe a little bit thicker actually, perhaps like that much. So yeah, it's obviously going to be brought in from the side. So I'm going to take the carpet up and sand the steps down, paint them white, and then the runner is going to go all the way up the stairs and the treads to the top of the floor, which is just honestly getting me so excited. So that's what we've gone for. I'll show you it against the wall so you get a better idea. So there we are. So that's what we've gone for. So that against the colours, I just think is going to look so, so nice. So yeah, I will link these carpets down below if you're interested. And then what I'm going to do is strip the banister. So the banister is, I mean, everything's white and it's fine. So I've already been painting all of the skirting boards and I've been doing touch-ups from where the build has come to an end, which is brilliant. So the banister is going to be stripped back to the original wood tone, and then I'm going to gloss it. And well, I'm going to wood stain and then put like a nice shiny gloss on it. So it'll be a clear gloss, but it will make sure that it just kind of pops. And then obviously all of the spindles will be white. And then I'm going to do that at the top of the stairs as well. So we have a second banister here that goes up to this part of the landing. This carpet's going to be the same sisal, but we're not going to do a runner on these steps. I'm just going to keep this all nice and one level. I feel like it'll be too fussy else. So yeah, that's going to be the plan in here. Do excuse, this is just the remains of the paint and supplies for the bathroom. You can get a little glimpse in there. They are going to need to level and board this top landing off just because the floor that we had installed in both the bedrooms and the bathroom is thicker. So we need to add some underlay and some boarding here just to make it all one level. And then we'll get the nice brass, like steppers, I think they're called, like the grip steppers, the bridge between the floor and the carpet. So yeah, it's going to look really, really lovely in here. Well, you can see that's the sideboard there, which looks so nice. I'm so glad I painted that. And then that brings me to the living room, which is done. I mean, there is nothing to do in here. However, I have been thinking about this and I've been considering it pretty much since we moved in. Originally in these Victorian houses, these would have been two separate rooms. So this room here is our like library office room. Traditionally, this would have been a dining room. And then obviously, if you've been following along for a while, we used to have a door frame here. So that door frame would have been to enter this room and this wall would have been blocked up. So this would have been a formal living room and then that would have been a dining room. And obviously the owners of the house previous to us created this archway, which we actually loved. We really liked the flow of the space, and obviously blocking up that door means that there's just one door in and the floor just works so much nicer. Do excuse my laundry, I've just got that drying there. Obviously, because we then have this archway that goes into the kitchen, the whole of the downstairs is like a big circle and the floor is just lovely. However, because our home is Victorian and it's high ceilings and it's fairly large in square footage, I think we're sat at like 1,300 square feet. So it's a big space. Keeping it hot is tricky. And obviously we've done things that we can do, like we had the windows repaired, thermal lined curtains, draft excluders, we closed the doors as and when we can. We also had the fire reinstated as well. So we've had the chimney sweeps out to check that. So it does get warm in here. Obviously the radiators we've changed to triple column radiators. So we've really done the best that we possibly can to keep it warm, but it still does have that like breezy, drafty feel to it. So it's something we've considered for a while and something that we might do. But I am very tempted, and I've seen a few people online do this. Put some doors here. Now, we're not talking doors as in solid doors to close off the space by any means. but I'm thinking some glass doors, very similar to the ones that we have in the kitchen. So obviously we changed out the doors when we did the renovation here and had the 2 glass panels on the top, which let so much light into this room. And obviously that archway that has the glass panels up top too. So these doors would be same as the doors in the kitchen. They'd be a crystal aluminium door, which again I know is going to be a cost. However, I feel like it would allow to keep this space. I know glass doesn't exactly provide the best in terms of temperature, but I think it would just mean that we could close off this room and kind of keep the heat in here, because this is where we spend the majority of our time, and I just think it would be a good idea to do. However, I am on the fence. I don't want it to feel like it's going to close off the space. I know the glass will allow light through. I've seen people do pocket doors before. That's not really an option for us because we'd have to drill into the brickwork, and I just don't think that's going to be something that we really want to do now that the living room is done. And it's just a consideration, but I just feel like I might even want to trial it out with like a curtain. I know you're not going to get the best like full idea because obviously a curtain is going to block out the light, but yeah, just on an evening, I feel like just to being able to close the doors would be lovely, and just try and keep the heat in the best we can, so then when we've got the fire on, it can just be nice and toasty in here and still let the light through so it won't feel closed off. I don't know, it's something I'm considering. Let me know if you've done that in your home, or if you like that idea, or you think it's a terrible idea. Let me know either way. I would very much like to know your opinion. But that's just something we're considering. That's not going to be now thing. The carpet is definitely happening. This is to be confirmed. Okay, we are ready to cook some pizzas. I've just collected Josh and we're hungry, so that's good. I've unboxed the pizza oven. I think it looks so slick and it kind of actually matches the kitchen. Let me show you. Okay, so this is the Ooni Vault 2. So I've plugged it in and I've popped the pizza stone inside. So we were just reading the instructions. Well, Josh was reading the instructions, and like anything new in the kitchen, you have to season it. So I need to turn it on the Neapolitan style. Okay, so this is the functions that they've got down here. So obviously we've got the on button here, and then this is your temperature control in Celsius. So we've got a Neapolitan style up top. We have thin and crispy, which is honestly one of my favorite types of pizza. We've also got pan pizza, and I'm going to show you some of the accessories that I've got for this too. Door proofing, which I think is brilliant. So I've been having the door in the oven just with the light on, but you can actually do a temperature controlled environment in here, which is fab. Then we've also got oven mode, broil mode or grill mode, and then 1 and 2 are your custom presets. So you can select these to get your perfect pizza. How brilliant is that? So it says to start off, you've got to select Neapolitan. Oh wow. Oh my god, it sounds like a spaceship. Okay, so while we wait for the oven to season, I thought I'd show you the accessories that Ooni sent over. So we have a pan pizza spatula. So these are good for deep dish pizzas or slightly smaller flatbreads. We've also got a 12-inch pizza peel here. So that's going to be really good to deploy the pizzas. And then this, which I'm so excited about, I love deep pan, like pizza pie pizzas. And this is Detroit style pizza. But I think that would be so handy to use. Josh said you could use that for focaccia, which is brilliant. Or like even a door proof as well, if you wanted to use that as a door proof and tin. Genius. While that's doing that, I'm gonna work on my sourdough. So this has had 2 folds now, and I'm gonna shape it on the bench and then put it in my little, this is called a Benetton. A Banneton? Benetton or Bannon? I don't know what it's called.
Bread basket.
Bread basket, exactly. And there's a lovely woman I follow online called Hope, who says if you spritz your hands with water, it makes shaping the dough a little bit easier, so it doesn't stick to your hands, which is good. Ideally you'd remove all of your rings, but I'm just going to take that one off for now. So we're going to take it out of the basket. It's still very elastic, which is good. Did I just say basket? Take it out of the basket. Take it out of the bowl, sorry. There we go. Tip it all out. So I think this is going to make around a 600 gram loaf, so it should be enough for, well, we go away to Italy. This is actually such a good pre-departure Italy food to have pizza, because, well, Italian, isn't it? Anyway, so yeah, the recipe online just says bring the sides in, and then you want to shape it into like a round, and then it's going to go on the basket. So that's what I'm going to do now. Create some tension on top. Once it's in there, you do something called a pinch fold. So you take the sides and fold it in on itself, like this. And then we put that covered in the fridge for 24 hours. Okay, I've let Josh take over with the rye loaf. So the white bloom is in the fridge. This is everything bagel seasoning. The recipe asks for caraway seeds and coriander seeds. I had coriander seeds, but not caraway. And also this rye loaf is supposed to have molasses in it, but lo and behold, I didn't have any of that either. So we're just going to completely wing it with everything bagel. I think it's going to have like a salty, savoury taste to it anyway, so...
All I can smell is garlic.
Same. Like that garlic is garlicking, isn't it? Look how well these have proven on top of the uni, literally just while it's been heating up. That is brilliant. So we're going to do 2 pizzas. One is going to be mushroom, parma ham and rocket with some truffle honey. I actually bought this truffle honey at Josh's. It's the signature truffle honey. And we got this in the deli and it's delish. And then on the other one we're going to do hot honey and pepperoni. Okay, so the first one we're going to do is inspired by when we went to Greece and we had these like pizza crusts and they were served with dips. So I think we had like pesto. What else did we have? Like pesto and some kind of something. I can't really remember, but they were delicious. So we're literally just going to cook this as it is. Maybe a little drizzle of olive oil actually, just to get some colour on the top. So we're going to pop that in, and then we've got some dips on the table. So we've got pesto, aioli, and some truffle mayonnaise. So that's going to be like our starter. I love having the starter for lunch. There we go. Look at that. I really like that the door is clear, so you can actually see the cooking. That's quite cool. And I can already see that it's rising in there, which is crazy. Oh my god, it's literally cooking so quickly. That's crazy. Wow. I think we're ready to pull it out. Yeah. I think she's ready. Oh, wow. Oi! That looks insane. Yeah. It looks like something you get out of a restaurant. Right. Nice. We'll cut it up on the board. Beautiful. So these are our dips. So we've got aioli here, pesto, and some truffle mayonnaise. Look how delicious that looks. I'm going to go for a little taste test. Right, I'm going in for a taste test too, but I'm going to go for a corner piece because I feel like it's going to... Oh, look at that dough though. So this is the Ooni dough. It's so light and like, look at that. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm going to go from pesto. Dough and dips. Some people don't like dough, but I love dough. Oh my god, that's unreal.
I thought you did a good decision with the corner bit.
Look at that. Yeah, the corner's like crunch. I'm gonna have some aioli next. I like as well that you can actually cook in this as well. So it comes with a metal shelf, so you can actually use this as an oven, not just a pizza oven. So it's multifunctional, which is brilliant. So done, sir. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna do mushroom and parma ham, or are you gonna do spicy pepperoni?
I'm gonna do the mushroom one.
Nice. Someone's impatient. Holy moly. Lunch is served. I mean, my goodness. These look so good. So this is pepperoni and hot honey. And then we've got our little crusts and dips. And then this is parma ham with rocket, mushroom and truffle honey. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited to dig on in. Okay, going in for the taste. Here we go. Oh my god, that base is so good. Honestly, like, I feel like the control you have of that indoor pizza oven is next level. Well, pizza is absolutely delicious. I am thoroughly impressed with the Ooni Vault. I'm going to leave that linked down below if you do want to check it out. I think it would be such a good investment for anyone who's wanting to get into pizza making at home. Christmas is fast approaching, so if you've got anyone in your life who loves pizza, I think that would be a brilliant gift for them. But also, if you live with them, then it's probably a brilliant gift for you as well. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed that. So just gonna have a bit of a chill. I've got some work to catch up on my computer, and then we're gonna meet Zara in town with Maggie in about an hour and a half. I also wanted to show you my fern. Look at it, I'm so happy with it. with this. It actually looks so nice. So this is what I picked up in Ruxley Garden Centre in the vlog you guys would have seen before this. And yeah, there's my little pumpkin. So this is what we're doing for autumn. This is as autumn as I think we're going to get this year in here. And I think it looks brilliant. And I moved the lilies that were on here just on the piano over there. They look very nice. This is bringing me a lot of joy. I can't believe I'm in a big puffer in October, but it is raining. Look at how grim and miserable it is out there. So just ugh. Suffice to say we're going to be dealing with a very wet Maggie. That's so fine. Anyway, I'm going to take my vlog camera, but I'm going to hopefully get some nice little clips where the camera doesn't get all wet in the rain because it is chucking it down. Look who's made it. Hello. Hello, gorgeous. You have left the countryside for your little London visit. Hello. Hi. We've come to the Founders Arms, which is just on the Thames. It's actually quite a nice evening. It was chucking it down earlier, but now it's quite nice. Maggie's just taking in the views. Hello, little one. Hello. Right, we've come to Wagamama's for our dinner because they are really, really good with letting dogs in. So we're sat outside. Look at Maggie, she's like, I'm ready for my debut. Me and Zara have gone for yakisoba. And Josh has gone for nothing.
For air. I'm on a diet.
The image on the menu.
I'm skinny.
Oh my god,
Do you remember there used to be this like really toxic, I think it was like the year 2000 probably trend, where it was like the best way to lose weight is to smell chocolate cake. And it's like, look at the picture.
Look at the picture of food.
I'm just inhaling the
It's like the 2000s.
I'm here for the vibe.
It's the 2000s skinny area.
He's eating dust. Anybody know? Dust. No, to be fair, Wagamama's food comes out at different times. You are actually eating. I just want to preface that. Anyway.
Is he?
They just offered Maggie some chicken. They were like, does Maggie want any chicken? I was like,
And what did you say?
no, she's on a
like,
diet.
yes, Dad.
Maggie is actually on a diet. She's put a bit of weight on, so we're trying to control her weight. But she's looking at Maggie, what are you doing? She's so cheeky.
It's like Mr. Josh would give me chicken.
I was even looking at the map. I was sizing it up.
He did say she's very cute. This is how wild and crazy we are. We end our Friday nights out with cups of peppermint tea. Good morning. It is the next day and oh my goodness, sorry, I completely forgot to end my vlog and Josh just reminded me, said you didn't end your vlog yesterday. We walked back from the train station and it was biblical rain. We've got something called Storm Amy here in London. Well, in the whole of England apparently it's like swarming over from the south up to the north. So it was just torrential rain. So we got back and we were soaked. So we literally just had a shower and went straight to bed. But last night I actually did bake the rye loaf. I just went into overdrive and I've just tried it this morning. It's actually really good. It's not got as much of a rise as I thought it would have, but apparently rye bread, I mean, traditionally rye bread of what I've had doesn't have that like domed structure like a normal white loaf would. And I've just tried some, it's actually really delicious and it's got good air pockets in there. So I think I've just successfully made my very first ever sourdough rye bread, which is kind of cool. I'm quite impressed. From something that I started a week ago, here we are. Yeah, I'm going to round up this vlog here, and the next vlog that you guys will see might be the bathroom reveal. Fingers crossed, because we're actually going to be cracking on with painting the rest of that today. I'm tying Josh in to help. But I love you all so much, and I'll catch you all very soon in a future video. Bye for now.